welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be continuing with the harvest. Yesterday we did field 6 and we got that all cut and started to move on to a contract on field 7. You can see our harvester is hard at work there in field 7. It's currently up to about 25% full. So I brought our first Massey Ferguson 6S, the smaller one we have now, over to field 6. And we're going to get this field baled up while supporting the harvester in field 7. So let's unfold the back of this like so, and that will come out there. This is our old John Deere baler, which works really nicely still. Is absolutely great. It's got a few hours on it now, and it's obviously looking a little bit beat up. But it should do the job on this Massey especially. This Massey has plenty of horsepower. So this one has 155 horsepower. Whereas our new one, the one that we got doing the karting at the moment, that has 165. So between these two tractors, we definitely should be in a much better position on this farm. And this is proving that we had this on the 8340. So I think this only has about 125 horsepower requirement, this baler. It works really, really well with most things. It's got a nice wide pickup. And moves along nicely. We've not had a baler come up in the shop that has made me think, oh, do I need to replace this. This has just worked pretty well for us so far. What I do need to do, though, is I've got something to think about in the shop. We've got an Anderson TSR 3450 come up in the shop for 41,000, sorry. This would be absolutely perfect for us. It holds 14 bales and would probably pay for itself in a couple of runs to the bale sell point. So I'm going to have to seriously consider that today. Before that, though, our combine is getting pretty full. It's reached 90%, and I really want to try and empty it before it reaches the end of the field and starts trying to cut in. If we can empty it enough to at least get it to cut in. Oh, it is going to... Nope, it's not going to stop. I thought it was going to stop. That is going to be a problem. Yeah, it said it had a full grain tank. Come on. Before you race off down the field to start cutting in, I would like to get you emptied. There we go. This is always the hardest part with the combines on the headlands. They don't stop at the ends to let you empty. They just keep going. And eventually, this is just going to lift its header and rush down the field. So I'm kind of hoping that it won't. In fact, that is just running a very slim line down this side of the field. I'm wondering if we've actually got any lands built into this. So when it finishes, I will have a look and we'll see if it actually does or doesn't. If it doesn't, that's not the end of the world. In fact, yeah, I think that's empty. Let's see. So that is just going to go across like that. If I do the full setup, I have a feeling, yeah, this is not running with lands. Yeah, that is just going up and down the field. Not a huge issue. But should do fairly well for this. We just need to make sure that we empty it when it's got the auger out of the crop. And that way we're not going to run into lots more problems. But now I'm going to store the wheat from this contract in my own silo. Whoa! Turn that corner a bit quick and nearly jackknifed the tractor. Anyway, we're going to store this in our silo here. And once the contract is complete, we'll take our own truck and deliver exactly how much we need to. Why isn't that tipping? Maybe we're too far back. Yeah, there we go. Hit that now. Up it goes. Nice and quick tip on this. And we'll be back up to the field in no time. The combine is already back up to 70% full. So we will pick it up on the return leg, get this trailer at least 50% full, and then we can return to doing the baling. I think that's going to be our best bet today as far as keeping this combine going, getting this field knocked out, and getting ourselves moving over to field 12A, which of course is our own field that we need to start doing. We are going to try out the larger header that we were talking about last time. I think that's going to be really useful over at the main farm. And we've got the reach on the combine that would allow us to do it. So, yeah, we're going to give that a good go. And our combine coming up to the end of the field here means we should very easily be able to connect up with it. And, yeah, it is at 87%. So, it is looking rather full at the moment. So we'll pull alongside as it's going out. Not quite so easy to tell where I should be here. But I think about here it should be fine. Maybe in a little bit. Where is my harvester? There we go. Emptying out. And that's all good. Combine emptied. We are back to doing some bales. And by the time the combine is 65% full again, we have knocked out the headlands on here. So that I'm very, very happy about. That will give us a good amount of time that we have each time we come back with the trailer and empty the combine to get bales baled on here. I am slightly concerned that it is that full, that it is coming up to sort of 75% as it reaches the end of the current row, that it's actually not going to make it all the way back for us to empty while we're moving along. So I think it's going to probably back out of the crop and let us fill stationary for the next bit, which isn't the end of the world, but is a bit of a problem. If I hadn't lifted up this, let's go to the end of this row. So yeah, I've forgotten to put the pickup down, so we run all the way along there without actually baling anything. However, yeah, the combine is not going to make it all the way back, so I'm going to go back along this row, actually bale it up this time, and then hopefully the combine should be full and ready to empty by the time we've got this row done. And the combine is backing out of the crop so that we can actually empty it without driving onto anything. One of the things I really love about the hide workers and courseplay, you see, we've got so much space for a larger header on this. We really have. Right, come on, there you go. And we can empty this out then and go and tip this in our storage, and the combine can continue on. And having dropped off the grain at the farm, we can now come along here and empty the combine again. And this time I might go along the whole row here and just pick up whatever the combine has. Because I think it'll give us a longer time for us to then be able to get stuff baled up. Rather than the whole combine having to back out of the crop. It might actually make it back down to the other end to allow us to empty like this again. We're making healthy progress through this field now with the bales. I'm expecting that we'll be about halfway through the field by the time we actually have to go and empty the combine again. That will be that will be absolutely fantastic, because it will allow us to actually finish this field about the same time as we finish field 7. What I am then concerned about is getting back to our main farm, picking up the new header, and getting field 12A started. We do need to get that started to stay on target for our harvest this year. If we don't, then we failed to get 2 of our fields done in 2 days, which is slightly worrying. It is only 20 past 11, so we'll see how things go. At the moment, I think we're on target, but things may change. Things actually seem to be going better than I expected. We are well over halfway through this field now, and the combine is only 73% full. So we will head up there and we will empty it on the next row. But yeah, that's really good news, because that means we're definitely going to be able to finish baling this field today. And 84% full as it hits this side is fantastic. That means we should end up with a full trailer at the end of this row and maximum time to empty things. So yeah, the answer to this is when we're emptying the combine along this row here, we want to empty it the whole way along the row in order to get it to go as far as we possibly can. One thing that's working to our advantage here at the moment is that this field is actually getting narrower, so it's not filling the combine quite so much with every run. Still, if it's over 50% when it gets to the end here, we kind of want to empty it because it's not going to get all the way down there and all the way back. So this won't give us a massively full trailer. It will allow us to take a little bit of time, though, to try and finish off the baling on the other field. I am happy with our progress on here today. I think we have made a really good job of this field. Started nice and early on it, and as a result, we're getting into it fairly well. And our trailer should be able to finish the rest of this field. I don't feel that there's a huge amount of grain left on here. That will be 4 trailers in total off here. I've moved out of range. There we are. That'll be 4 trailers in total off here, which will be a really decent amount of wheat. And then we'll just use our truck at some point to go and tip this up at the old grain mill so that we can complete this contract. Speaking of completing things, we are not far from the end of field 6 now. It's got into the really fiddly stages where I'm having to do lots of turning in order to keep going. I don't think we've got more than a few more bales off here. It's been really good. I want to have a look. Can I see how many bales we've got today? 213. No, that's got to be our total number of bales overall. So our total bales today is 20. So we might get maybe 22, 23 off here in total. That would be good. And I'd be quite happy with that. We should be able to get all of those actually on one trailer when we come to clean up and pick those up as well. And this should be the last little bit. There we go. We still have 38% in here. Let's unload what we've got though. And then I can fold this up. Yeah, that's folding up nicely. So yeah, I think that's 22 in total. Perfect. Let's take this back to the farm then and start getting set up for moving the combine back to the main farm. I don't think the combine has a lot further to go on that field. Carefully going to reverse our baler back into the shed. That will park things up. Yeah, looks like the combine has finished. So let's uncouple all of that. I'm going to take this up to the shop and we'll go and grab the new header and then we'll get the combine transferred back to the farm. So looking at the headers, the case header we have at the moment is this one. We've got the 3050 Terraflex 28 foot. That is an 8.5 meter. What I really want is a 12 meter. That will replace what we had before. That only adds another 3.5 meters on. So I'm hoping that's gonna do it. The Terraflex 45 foot, that is too big. The 41 foot should do it. So combinations, it does say to go with the bigger combine, but we want to get this. So customize that. Chassis color, we will actually get the case red if we can this time. There we go. We'll go with the jet black on it with the light grey wheels. That should work out fine. And yep, so let's lease that. Yes, please. 535. And then back, and then back. So we want to try this header out. We're going to lease this. This is going to cost us 3,500 initially to lease. Yes. Okay. Right. Let's go hook it up and see if this actually works. I've really got my fingers crossed that this works. It's quite a bit of money we've spent just to test this out. If it does work, this single combine replaces both the old combines we had on the farm, instead of just being a little bit under. Oh, come on. Can we get this out the shop? I don't know if we can. I think we have to take it wider. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Yeah, got out of there fine. Right, let's get this down to the field then and get our combine back. First things first, we need to unload the last of the grain from the combine. So let's bring it alongside here. And is that going to empty? Yes. Perfect. Then we'll go to the corner of the field. We will drop off the header here onto the other header trailer, and take the combine headerless with the tractor and trailer here back to the main farm so that we can get started. We can then head over to field 12 and get started on there. Start this engine up. And then we'll come back here at a later stage and pick up the trailer. Or if this works, I might just return this. We can get it picked up from the field. I really think if this works, then this is going to be perfect. It's supposed to go on the bigger combine, but I think it will work fine on this one with the extra amount of reach that we've got. And it really then does replace the two old combines that we had, and will mean that we'll get through everything as quickly as we did last season, which is so important. Right, disconnect that, back it off. That is all folded in, so that's good. We could take this back. Actually, I can very easily take this back on here, because this does have a tow hitch on the back, if it will connect up to it. Let's just bring this round to here like that. Yeah, we can take this back to the farm as well. Perfect. Right, I'm gonna get this combine and my tractor and trailer back to the farm then. Just swing this round, try and get this header trailer off somewhere that's sensible. Yeah, we can drop that off there. Like so. And this here, we want to take the hired worker off it and get this tipping into our silos. Like this. And that will then deal with that. And we can then take the combine and go over to our field and see if this header fits. And if this header fits, then yeah, that is all we'll need to send the other header back, I think. It might be a little bit tricky to get it up to field 6 in the future, but I think it would still work. It's not quite as maneuverable, this, and a little bit more cumbersome, but I think it would still work. Right, so here, and connect it up, back it off. Yeah, there we go. And then the real test is, does our auger reach beyond the end of this? Auger out. Oh, let's unfold the combine first. Like that, and then auger out. Like so. That, I think, is going to work absolutely fine. I see no issues with that whatsoever. So, as that seems to be working, I think we should head in, start up our combine. We need to connect that up. Everything else is connected up. So, start up the thresher, start up the header, and see if we can actually do the crop with this. And that makes me so happy to see that, yes, we've got the 12-meter header on here, and that means this combine now has as much reach with its header as our two combines had, our two old New Hollands had, before we replaced it. We're up to nearly 90% full on just 3/4 of the way around the headland. We're getting a much better yield off here, though. I'm very, very happy with the yield on here. It's going from the yellow to the lime green as we go from sorghum to wheat. So yeah, that's all good news. I think the wheat does just do better on this land, on this silty clay, than the sorghum does. It just seems to have a better outcome. And as I said before, it's something to possibly take into account when you are choosing your crops for your fields when using precision farming. Having a crop that's a little bit more hardy on these fields is probably going to do you a bit better. I need to empty this way round. Not really enough space to turn around. But look at that. We keep a little bit of a distance between us and the combine, and it empties fine. So yeah, this header absolutely fine with this combine. Does the job really well, and means that actually in our harvesting setup we've lost nothing upgrading to this combine, other than the possibility that you could get two of these and really speed things up around here. Which is quite cool. I love that. It makes things very, very viable around here. This combine is making this field feel very small right now. We are on our second headland, and it has taken out a massive swath of the field just doing two headlands, which is absolutely brilliant. I think I'm fairly sure when we had two combines running this, we basically just did one headland, and I can see why now. It is taking a huge amount out. We're still getting really good yield. We're getting 14 tons a hectare, which is amazing, absolutely brilliant. And as long as this keeps it up, we're going to have a really nice amount of wheat off all of our fields this year. Getting this combine was definitely a excellent idea. It is going to keep things running. I'm able to do harvest myself because it's got a big enough grain tank. It doesn't slow us down so much with me doing the harvesting myself. And now that we've got this 12-meter header on it, it is definitely keeping our productivity going and keeping us moving through things quickly. The only thing I have to stop for is to get it emptied, and actually we're going to have a fairly full trailer off this by the looks of things. The nice things about this field is I can keep going a little bit if I need to. Can't keep the tractor up alongside, but this is definitely a good way to go with this size header on this combine. It's gonna make things so much easier. I've gone round the last bits of the headland and we're on the first cut in. What I'm gonna do though is empty at the end of this row. We don't have a huge amount in the tank, but the trailer is fairly full, so this should just top things off, I think. Let's lift this up here, and that just means that we keep going as much as we can, because we want to basically keep the combine moving. There we are, and that will just top that off, and then we can go and empty it. And yeah, I think despite the fact that it's 6 o'clock, I am going to get this field finished today, and we'll be back on track. I think we're probably going to end up with one more full trailer off here. We basically have 10 rows, 9.5 rows in the actual field. So that's 8.5 in total, considering that we already put one of them roughly in the trailer. Yeah, I think we're going to be at about another trailer full here. We're 68% full at this point. We've got 3 more rows to go here, and that should then leave us with 3 rows, I think. Oh, is that gonna miss any? Nope, we're good. Always a little bit iffy when your GPS is turning you as you go into the row, but all good here. I think we're looking at being at a steady, nice, large amount. We have 1 field of spring wheat to come. That will be ready next time, and I think that all of our canola should be ready to go next time as well. So we've got several fields of that we can get started on, and then as we go into September, I think is when we're going to end up with the sorghum. We have got a bit of rain forecast in September. We'll see if that forecast holds, because it didn't hold last year so much. And if it doesn't hold, then we're going to be pretty good. And this is the best way, actually, to get a thinner road like this. Stick the combine down the middle of it. We won't get any of the straw either side, and we'll make sure everything gets into the header. Definitely the best way to do something like this. The sun is setting, but we are on the last 2 rows here on field 12A. We've only got this row and the next row to go. We are at 77% full, so I'm really quite pleased with that. Can we fill up the last 20%, get a full tank off here for this final row? I think actually we might be able to. It's very, very possible. We are definitely losing the light though now, and if we finish at 8 o'clock in the evening, that's actually not bad at all. So down into here, last row, and that should do us. Yeah, we've got just 10% to go. In fact, I'm gonna have to put the auger out and keep an eye on that, because if we reach a full tank before the end of the row, we'll have to get it emptied. Either way, we are back on track. We are back to having everything that we needed to have harvested by the end of today, and we've only had to partially go into the evening to do it. It's been a productive day, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy with this new header as well. This new header has worked out brilliantly for us. So I don't think it's gonna be much problem to get the rest of the harvest done this year. I think we'll see how it goes. However, with only that little bit of field to go and the sun quickly fading, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.